What's up, everybody? Welcome to another video on the Blue Abroad YouTube channel. Today, I want to talk about the preseason and just a few things that I learnt over the short preseason that it was for our Carlton Football Club, in particular our men's side. And I want to then turn the focus to you and just gather everyone's thoughts as to what we saw, how we saw it, what we felt. Because some people obviously watched games at stadiums, away from stadiums, on TV, etc. And it's always good to get an account of how everyone's feeling about the team at all times. That's something I love to do throughout the season. But given that we haven't had a round one game played just yet, I want to get everyone's thoughts. Now, for me, I've got about 5 or 6 points here about what I learned or what I observed from our group in the preseason. The first one was that our bodies are now mature enough. I wouldn't say that they're completely mature because there's some really seasoned teams in this competition, but I don't see too many bodies in the side now who just get thrown off too much. They're now, as you know, Cripps is talking about it already as well. A lot of the core group are now into that 21 to 23-year-old age bracket. And so I think we're going to be a little bit more stronger in the contest than what we were last year. And I think we're going to be able to compete for longer. Also, when you think about a lot of the boys have added some kilos to their frame, including the captain, Cripps. You look at Fisher's body, you look at Dow's body, you even look at Jack Silvani, Matt Kennedy. Some of these guys are really filling out, and it's good to see. So I'm hoping that's going to hold us in good stead because ultimately, for me, I know we're going to play quick. That's what we want to do, and I will touch on that. But when it comes to finals time, when it comes to playing against these top 4 sides, top 6 sides, you need to be physical. The game does slow down. And so I think we needed to add that layer to our group. So the bodies are mature enough, I think. The next part is about the speed. Man, we're quick. We are lightning. We started seeing glimpses of it last year. There was probably that 4, 5, 6 week patch from the Geelong game to about the Port Adelaide game where, when we moved the ball, when we got going on our terms, we moved the ball pretty quickly. Now, when we add Sard and Zach Williams to this mix, we're lightning. We're lightning quick. We're going to create opportunities for ourselves in the forward line. Hopefully isolate guys like Harry Mackay and Levi Casbold and, Jack Silvani, Mitch McGovern at certain situations. But, yeah, we're very quick. And what I noticed about it, especially in the St Kilda AFL Community Series game, was that we have the next layer if it's not working one way. I think one thing about last year, we had this quick ball movement style which kind of got us going for about a quarter, maybe a quarter and a half, but we need to be able to add that slow game as well. And that's something I'm going to be looking for all season. Really, that's what it's all about. It's about, can we go fast, all good. When it starts turning against us, can we slow the ball down and start pinpointing our kicks and our handballs and being a little bit more methodical with how we move the ball up the field. So, yeah, the speed in which we move the ball is definitely something I learnt more about this preseason. The next thing is about the midfield. I think it's complete. Now, let me explain. Not in the sense that it's the best midfield in the competition, but I think the pieces are all there, especially with Zach Williams. I think when you talk about Cripps, Williams, Walsh, Setterfield, and then you've got, your Ed Kernos, you've got your Mark Murphys when he pinch hits in there. But I think we've got enough star power in there to not have to worry about, how we're going to go at this contest. Now, it's just about getting minutes and synergy together with this group. Obviously, we need Tom De Koning out there, but I still think Mark Pitternet's going to do a fine job. He's only 24 years old. He's still quite young and still quite fresh in terms of his career, and really he's entering the prime of his life and in football terms. So I think our midfield looks good. I know that Zach Williams got suspended and he's going to miss round 1. However, he brings that grunt that I think this midfield lacked. Just one player who really throws his weight around and can be a little bit scrappy but also classy at times as well. And I think that was exactly what we needed. But like I said, it needs time. They need time to gel. They need reps. They need 5 or 6 games together. I also think that's the same thing with the next point, which is about the back line. I think Sard, Doherty, I think they're going to need probably, again, 5 or 6 games to figure each other out. I remember Doherty and Simo having an amazing chemistry together. I think there's going to be something similar brewing there with Sard. They're going to play on either flank or on either side of the defensive 50 and patrol there. And I think they're just going to need some. I think that whole back 6 or back 7 just need some time to welcome side into the fold. They've got to learn each other's movement patterns and the like, and they've got to learn how each other think. I don't think it'll take long. They're mature heads down there. They've played plenty of senior footy now, but I do think it's an important one with Sard and Doherty in particular, and I do single them out because they both do their best work when they're left to roam in space, and I don't think they're both going to be able to have that opportunity in game, or they will, but maybe just they're going to need to communicate, and that takes time. So that's the back line. The forward line for me, something I've learned about the forward line is, for me, I'll be honest, it's a worry. It's a worry. The makeup of the forward line, it's a bit of it has got to do with things that are out of our control, such as injury. We now know Mitch McGovern's not playing round one. Levi hasn't really had much of a preparation leading into round one, but it's been told that he's going to be available to play. Harry's rolled this ankle twice. I wasn't left with confidence when I heard Andrew Russell say that he's in the same boat as Nunes, whereby he's a test for round one. I learned pretty quickly, when Harry goes down, we had to put Oscar McDonald and, in that practice match as well, Callum Moore. And if that's the case, it's a worry for me, particularly when talking about going up against Richmond, Collingwood round 2. These are two serious teams. They both played in the finals last year. Richmond obviously won the flag. So I'm worried about the makeup of the forward line. We need health. We need a little bit of luck. However, having said that, my final point is we do seem to have an even spread of contributors due to the versatility. I think Williams can be a goal kicker. I think Cunningham can be a goal kicker. I think Fisher can be a goal kicker. I think Murphy can become a goal kicker. If 4 or 5 of these guys can kick 10 to 15 goals in a season, plus the big one, Harry, he needs to have a big one. I think we're going to be okay. But for me, I noticed a little bit of, we'll call it dysfunction. Maybe it needs some reps, it needs some time. And the reality is it needs some health. And then when the health comes, then it still needs time to gel. So I'm a little bit cautious about this forward line. I have been all pre-season, if I'm honest. It's just not settled just yet for me. However, I'm hoping we can offset that with the even spread of contributors, the guys that play in the midfield and go forward, and hopefully they can create some spark and some energy and kick some goals. But I do think we're going to be able to create enough opportunities for ourselves to score. So while I do say the forward line is an issue for me, I still think we're going to be okay in terms of kicking a winning score. And then when the forward line is healthy and playing and has all of that synergy, look out. So yeah, those are some things that I've just noticed about the group this preseason. I'm definitely sensing a maturity to the group. I mentioned it in the the season preview event that the club held for the sponsors of the players. Got to speak to quite a few of them and just got to feel them out like as human beings and really look them in the eye and see what they're all about. And I think there's definitely an ownership with this group. I'm excited. I'm pumped. I can't wait to bring you guys the round 1 preview. The Monday night Blue Abroad show will be back in the studio. I've got a special guest lined up. I won't tell you who it is, but that show will now be going to Mondays. Also, tell me about you. What did you notice? What did you learn? Give me maybe 2 or 3 points about the preseason that you learnt about this group. Positive, negative, constructive, things that we need to work on, things that you saw that did work. Maybe split it up into things that did work and things that didn't work. And we'll be a bit practical about it. And then we'll go from there. G the fuck up. We are back, baby. Let's go. Go the Mighty Blues.